Welcome to the Unstoppable Real Estate Agents Podcast. I'm your host and real estate productivity expert, Kim Hughes. Join me as we focus on real strategies and implement real solutions designed for you to achieve major success in your business and life while getting you organized. Hi, everybody. Today we are going to continue our series on the role that a real estate virtual assistant will play in your business. So last week we just kind of went over my story, how I came to be a real estate virtual assistant and how I kind of pioneered the industry. So if you haven't listened to that one, I really would like for you to go back and listen to that series, which is series number 1. And then we'll kind of help you get into series number 2. So what we'll talk about today is the different roles that a real estate virtual assistant can play on your team, in your brokerage, or if you're a single agent in that capacity. So the first thing, if you do anything else, make sure that you put together a list of what you want to hand off to that real estate virtual assistant. And what is it going to take to get them to take that on? So it could be just a matter of saying to them, hey, I need my CRM organized, or I need my social media managed. What do you bring to the table? Don't go into it like that. You have to have a reason to hire this person. And why do you need this person to take this particular task or project off your plate? Because the more information you can give them about the way that you work, your expectations, what your market is like, that will help the real estate virtual assistant understand what your needs are. Now, I always say this when I talk to pretty much every agent that makes an inquiry. I always tell them every agent pretty much has the same goal. It's just, how do you achieve that goal for you? So your personality, your market, the whole thing is all about you. For example, if you came to me and said, Kim, I need you to start marketing our listings and doing our transactions. Okay, I know how to do that, but I don't know you and I don't know your market. So what we're going to do is have that conversation. So that'll give me insight on the best way to help you market those listings and what the expectations are for you as well as your client through the transaction process. So that kind of gives you an idea of what I'm talking about. So make sure you go into talking to a real estate virtual assistant with a plan, basically. So what we're going to do is just kind of talk about the different areas that one can help you with. So as far as administrative, this is daily task, weekly, monthly, quarterly, yearly. This is running your everyday business operations, meaning if your business is already set up on the back end and everything is running smoothly and you just want somebody to step in and take over, a lot of those tasks, whether it's your bookkeeping, your social media, your cleaning up your CRM, inputting your leads, writing systems, whatever that may be. That would be administrative. That's going to be, things that need to be done to keep the business running smoothly. So as I've mentioned already, some of the things that a real estate virtual assistant can help you with daily, I would not look to a virtual assistant to help you make phone calls. I'm always the one that says, if I can help you with everything, but I will not make your phone calls. Because if you hired somebody to call me and ask me if I was interested in selling my home and, what does that look like? What is your future, goals are with real estate? I would be saying to that person, why isn't the agent calling me instead of you? Because I think that if you want somebody's business, you need to pick up the phone and call them and build that relationship. Don't hire somebody to do it for you, because you're going to miss more than you're going to get. So look for other areas of your business that you can be freed up so that you can make those phone calls. Now, you may not like making those phone calls, but you still have to make them. I was just telling a client this morning, we can do all the marketing that we want. We can put it on social media. We can do direct. We can make, do all the things that we can do that are given to us in marketing. But if you're not picking up the phone and calling past clients, then you need to do that, because that is where the leads are, in your past clients. So I'm not going to be calling your past clients, but you will. And you have to have a reason to call them. So you have to write a script and kind of go by that, or at least have bullets of what you're going to say. Kind of getting off track there, but you see what I'm saying is you look at what you need to be doing and what you can take off your plate so that you can be the best at what you're doing, and let the best take care of the other. Okay. The next thing that we would talk about is like marketing, social media, direct marketing. If you have a farm area that you want to gravitate to, then I would suggest you put together, seller postcards, pick your farm area, and let your real estate virtual assistant take it from there. We just need to know what you're going after. So are you going for buyers? You going for sellers? You going for secondary home, investors? What is it that you're going to attract, or what your goal is to attract? Then we can put the whole system together. We can get the database, we can set it up and get it mailed. And you don't have to do anything but maybe have a 30-minute conversation. But that's what a real estate virtual assistant will do, is she will listen to what you need and then put into place the strategy that will work for you, and then implement it, and then she will manage it. So kind of keep that in mind when it comes to marketing, that a really good real estate virtual assistant will know how to market, depending on what you want to do, So like we have clients that will go after apartment complexes looking for buyers. And so we develop those particular postcards, or the message to get to those renters so that they can start looking at the buying process. So it's totally up to you who you want to market to, but let that person who hopefully has a real estate background in marketing can help you achieve it and get the most out of it. Because what we always want to make sure of is that you get a return of your investment. Now, we cannot guarantee you leads. We cannot guarantee you, people are going to like your social media, but the strategies that a real estate virtual assistant knows to put in place will help you build your social media. It will help you build your brand in your community. So kind of think about how you want to do your marketing, and then, what do you want that person to take over, and how do you want it managed? And then if you have no idea, then that's a great conversation to have with your real estate virtual assistant, because she will bring to the table ideas. So kind of keep that in mind, that you want to tap into her knowledge a little bit, because if you're if you're in the interviewing process, don't expect everybody to give you all the information, because if we give it all to you, then, that kind of takes away what our goal is. So just make sure that you have a plan that you want to go over, and kind of ask them, how would you handle this? Because a really good one is going to know how to handle it. Then there's like lead generation, research. We always look at lead generation as being, where do your leads come from? How do you want to handle these leads? Do you want to categorize them as cold, warm, hot? So there's a lot of questions about how we would help you with the lead management. We just need to know what the goal is and what you're willing to put into it, that we can take over monetarily, I guess is what I'm saying, is how much money do you want to budget for lead generation? And how much do you want to budget for that research? So kind of keep that in mind as well when you're talking to your real estate virtual assistants, because they should already know what lead generation is, and they should already be able to say to you, yes, we can help you with lead generation. This is what we can help you with. What do you need help with? And then they will go into that with you. The other thing is the listings. That's part of your marketing, but listing coordination, listing management, marketing, whatever you want to call it. A real estate virtual assistant can literally take a listing before it even becomes active and help you in the preliminary stages of it. Meaning we can look at your checklist and go right through there. And if it doesn't require a physical person being there, then we can do that for you. We can help schedule the photographer, the stager, the painters, the whatever you're going to do prior to listing the property, then help you get that all done. Then once you go active with that listing, and we can help you get it into the MLS and then market it across all the platforms that are available. We can write the content, we can, create video, we can do all kinds of things. But if your real estate virtual assistant doesn't know how to do that, then that would throw a red flag. Because that's probably one of the first things any good real estate virtual assistant will know is how to market your listings. And what works. Anybody can write content, but what's going to gravitate that buyer to you to get that property, to make a purchase on that property or write a contract. So keep that in mind, because there's a lot of that goes on in today's world, because we have so much technology that can help with the marketing, that you want to make sure that you're tapping into all of the platforms and the services that are available to you. Some of them are even free. So you just need to know that she is looking out for you in that aspect. Because if I'm working with a client, let's say in, Dallas, Texas, and they are doing and we have put together a great marketing strategy for listings. And then I have a client that comes to me from Arizona, and they don't even have a checklist. Well, I know how to create that checklist. I know how to put that marketing together. So it's a matter of just making sure that that person can deliver what your expectations are. Because to me, that is probably one of the most important things, because she is helping you generate leads, right? So we need to make sure that we're covering all our bases in the marketing area of your business. When it comes to the transaction side, we want to make sure that, this is where you really need to make sure that your transaction coordinator knows this business, because this is going to either be an amazing addition to your team, or it be a huge problem. So I'm going to talk a little bit about overseas virtual assistants versus virtual assistants in America. So I'm not going to speak for any other company. I just know my company, and I know how I have it set up. So the thing that I do is everybody on my team, because I do have a team. I mean, I've been doing this almost 24 years. So I have 8 people on my team. All 8 people on my team are in the United States. They have come to me with the background in real estate. Could be a transaction coordinator, worked for a brokerage, or she could have been on her own as an independent and has decided to come onto my team. I have a pretty good team. And so these people come to my company, and then we're testing them, making sure that they can do what they say they can do, make sure they understand the process, make sure they understand the real estate side. Just because you come from a real estate background doesn't necessarily mean you know about real estate, especially transactions. So you really want a good solid checklist. You want to make sure that person understands that, because if you don't have a really good transaction coordinator, that person can cost you money and time and your reputation. So you need to make sure that they understand what deadlines are, what compliance means, what needs to happen, the customer service that they're going to deliver to your client, as well as all the other parties involved. So just make sure that when you're looking at a transaction coordinator, that they are able to walk the walk and talk the talk, okay? Because this is not where you want to use somebody overseas closing your transactions. And it's kind of like I always say, you are investing in your business when you're hiring a real estate virtual assistant. They are here to work with you in your business and to help you achieve your goals, because the more they help you achieve their goals, they're achieving their own goals. And the better that they can work with you and the more that they can do for you, the longer you're going to keep them. So it's a relationship of, we're going to help you achieve all of your goals. You are our number one priority. But at the same time, we're getting what we need as well, because now we have you as a client, and hopefully we're keeping you as a client for years to come. I mean, I have clients that have been with me over 20 years. We've been through the bad and the good, but we got through them and we came out smelling great on the other side. So just kind of make sure that not just in the transaction side, but that's where I'm going to ask you to focus, is make sure that you really know who you're hiring and they can deliver what you expect, or even maybe deliver better customer service than you even expected. So then, we have, a lot of case studies, and everything, because we've worked with this industry forever. So, we kind of look at each agent and create momentum, I guess is what you could say. And, because we always want to keep up with what our agents are doing, whether they are not with us. If they're still with us, great, because we can do that. We can look at, see how they're growing in their business. But if you have been a client and then you decided to go in a different direction, we're still keeping up with you, because we want to know if things that we helped you with has helped you grow in your business. I mean, I have clients that send me emails and send me, text message or post and stuff about how much I was able to help them get started or get through a particular time in their business. And those are case studies that we can prove that have really helped. I mean, we've helped people go through a death. We've helped them go through divorce, losing a child, their business falling apart because they were not organized enough and they never followed up. So it kind of gave them a bad reputation. So we helped them clean it up. So everybody, we've helped people through 2008 through 2010. We were here through COVID. We've done it all. So I always say, if the market's not looking all that great, that's okay, because what it's going to do, it's going to weed out the agents that are not as serious, and the ones that are, it's going to be a whole nother game. And so you just have to give it a minute, and it's going to adjust. Like where we are right now, it's going to start adjusting. I'm already seeing that. So, you just have to stay positive with what's going on in the industry. Sometimes it's going great. And then other times it's just kind of like, why isn't my phone ringing? And that's where we are here to help you get through the slower times, because of things that you put on the back burner through the busy times, that we come in and say, okay, now that we've got a little time, let's talk about some of these other projects or goals that you had, and let us help you reach them. And then, the biggest thing that I see with real estate agents is they want to delegate, they don't know how to delegate. So, because real estate is in every aspect. You're working with clients, you're working with laws, you're working with all different types of aspects. You're working with vendors, you're working with crazy people, you're working with the greatest people. So you kind of have to know where you need to delegate and where you don't need to delegate. And like I said earlier, like calling leads or calling past clients, that is not something you want to give to somebody else to do. That's what you need to be doing. We come in and do everything else. So then you're comfortable and you're relaxed, not knowing, not sitting there thinking in your head, I'm on this phone call, I don't need to be doing this, I need to be doing something else. No, that's where you need to be. You need to be on the phone. You need to be out in front of people. You need to be meeting people in your community to list and sell property. So, these are some of the things that we would talk about. So kind of do a recap here is, if you're looking to hire a real estate virtual assistant, these are the areas that you might look at in your business. Who's managing your daily business? That would be like your bookkeeping, your emails, your systems, who's putting the leads into your CRM and putting them on email sequences or drip campaigns, whatever you want. You're putting together your newsletter, putting together your market strategies, and who's putting together the social media calendar for the upcoming month, and who's putting those together and doing the research for the social media. And then, so then we go into, monthly management or weekly management. We need everybody to understand how social media works and make sure that you have somebody that understands it. They just don't post. They're not going to just take something and post it. You're just slapping stuff up there. You could do that. But there's a strategy in posting to social media. We look at 100 things when we're looking at one little post. It's how is it worded? What does it look like? Does it have a call of action? And what is that call of action? And how can we engage and get people to, gravitate to our Facebook page, but more or less get them over to my website. And once they're on the website, then they can learn more about you. Okay. So there's a whole lot of stuff that goes on. We are kind of what we call an a la carte real estate virtual assistant company because we offer pretty much everything. Because everybody on my team comes to me with a background in that particular area. So if you were to call and ask about a transaction coordinator, we would definitely be talking to one of my transaction coordinators, and they work all over the country. We even have a couple of clients that are outside of the country that we are able to help to a degree. But just know that when you call us, we're telling you how we can help you, and we're showing you how those results can be achieved in your business. So, so then we have marketing. Which marketing we put in social media, direct marketing, internet marketing, and then marketing your listings. And then, when it comes to doing the research on your market, of course, we want to know what you know. Like we just had a new client come on board last week, and we're managing their social media. I know a little bit about their market, but what they are being so great at is sending us links to different events in their market so that we can keep up with what's going on and posting information about certain events that are coming up in certain markets that they work in. So that is very helpful in working together to make sure that what you get is 100%. Okay. So, just kind of when you get it, I know a lot of agents get excited when they hear that, oh my gosh, I can get help and I don't have to, bring an assistant into my office and pay them a salary, and I can only hire a virtual assistant for 10 hours a week if I want, or 10 hours a month. I mean, we start agents off, if you're doing a retainer, with 10 hours. It's a starter package. And those 10 hours are good for 90 days. I don't ever want to see an agent to sign a contract that is 3 months or longer. If you sign a 3-month contract with a real estate virtual assistant, that is going to give you time to get to know that person, to see what their work ethics are like, what their knowledge and their experience is. But you kind of need to give them a 90 days because they're still learning who you are, learning your systems, what your expectations are, and everything. But I would not sign anything after 90 days. My clients all know that it's a 30-day to 30-day transaction to transaction. If you're just hiring us to help you with your listings, marketing your listings, there's a listing package. So I don't want somebody married to me because you may not enjoy working with me, just like I may not enjoy working with you, or we may not be able to come together and, get the things accomplished that you want. So, I have clients that sometimes they come on board and then they give me all these things they want us to do. We do them and we send it to them, and then we don't hear from you. And so we call that MIA. And so we try to, get you to respond, but sometimes you just get really busy and you just put us at the bottom of the barrel. And so therefore, everything comes to a screeching halt. You can't get anything done. We can't get anything done. So now there's a frustration. So when we bring on new clients, one of the things that we do talk to you about is, the seriousness, your dedication to us as well as we are to you, because it is a working relationship. And in order for us to help you, we need you to be engaged. So just kind of remember that when you're out there looking at real estate virtual assistants. So I think that we've covered quite a bit. Hopefully, this has given you something to think about if you're interested in bringing a real estate virtual assistant on. And, maybe this is going to give you some things to think about. First thing I'm going to tell you to do is write down everything that you want her to do, and then kind of look at your business and say, do I have a system for that? If I want her to manage my social media, what have I been doing that I can tell her that I want to continue doing? Or is it just a, hit or miss? And then you're bringing somebody on, and then she will be able to come on and show you different strategies and ideas that would work in your market. So I hope this has been a good one for you. I would love to hear from you. If you have any questions about how to hire a real estate virtual assistant, just drop me a comment, send me an email, send me a private message. We'll be happy to get on the phone and talk to you. I offer a 20-minute complimentary strategy call. So take advantage of it. I mean, it's 20 minutes that you may walk away with things that you can immediately implement if you decide that we're not a good fit. So I will talk to you next week, and let me know if there's anything that you have any questions about. Thanks so much. Bye, y'all.